So when you are leptin resistant, your body won't let go of fat, even if you are eating good and working out daily. Why? Because your brain doesn't get the signal that fat can safely, right? Leptin is a safety hormone, safely be released. So leptin signaling dictates whether your body will hold on to fat or whether it will burn fat. This is a very, very important hormone, okay? We also talked about how leptin impacts insulin. And insulin is also a very important metabolic hormone. So likely the reason that you can't lose weight isn't because of carbs or calories or exercise. It's because you're leptin resistant. And again, like this was my story several years ago. I was doing all the right things. I know all the things to do. And when I get into the section about leptin and cortisol, I'll explain more about really what was fueling my leptin resistance. So when this signal is working well, okay, so when it's working well, your body can regulate hunger. You can eat a meal and you're satisfied and you don't need to eat again for 4 to 5 hours and you're not getting hangry. And you eat a meal and you actually get energy after you eat a meal and your body is using energy efficiently. And your brain is getting that signal that if you do have excess energy or excess fat stores, that it's safe to release them. And this is also where you feel stability in your system. You're safe, you're nourished, you just feel good. And so on the flip side, if leptin is low or high, and like I mentioned, you can measure this in blood, the body will perceive scarcity. Okay. And that is a threat. And so when the body perceives this scarcity, your thyroid can slow. So you could see your TSH creeping high, or you could see not as much conversion of your inactive thyroid to your active thyroid. Your adrenals will struggle. That was me. Your hormones will bottom out. That was me. Well, some of my hormones were bottomed out. Blood sugar becomes unstable and your metabolism grinds to a halt, and that can equal either weight gain or weight loss resistance. Now, what I do want to say is leptin can be high and leptin can also be low, and some of the same symptoms will be the same depending, like whether it's high or low. And sometimes when leptin is really low, that person they don't have excess weight. In fact, they could actually be underweight. Or they could actually be at a healthy weight and it's negatively impacting energy, thyroid, digestion, those kinds of things, because the body is conserving energy, so the body doesn't have excess to fulfill those processes. And so when your brain doesn't feel certain, it's going to default to protection and survival. That's what we are wired for. And so then it's likely that you don't create satiation with the food that you're eating. And so you eat something and then you always want something else, or you eat something and then an hour or two later you're eating again, because your brain isn't actually understanding how much nourishment you have. So you just keep putting fuel in the tank just in case. It's like that for a rainy day. And then like I talked about, the body also doesn't want to burn fat because it's an energetic reserve. So it's like, I need to hold on, I need to protect, I need to keep all of these reserves on board, even though I have excess. And so, every time I teach about leptin, and when I used to teach about it a lot more, that was confusing to people, and I can understand that, but we want to remember it's this resistance. So it's like the signal isn't happening. Much like when you have insulin resistance, like insulin's knocking on the cell saying, let this glucose in, and the cell is resistant to it.